Hi all, and welcome back to the channel. It's a strange week. Yesterday I talked about a similar game called Shape Hero Factory, a new twist on the tower defense and automation genre with some roguelite mixed in. Link in the description below. Today we have a similar game, Tower Factory. Just 2 days ago, these kinds of games were rare, and now we have two in 1 week. This isn't a bad thing because the twist is really cool. I'll first talk about the tower defense and automation elements, then the roguelite elements, and give my first impressions. In Shape Hero Factory, you use your factory to build units that fight against the waves. Tower Factory is a bit more straightforward. You use your factory to gather resources to build towers, and you need enough towers to survive the waves. In this game, you expand your building field by constructing light beacons, but you also need these light beacons to locate the enemy camp. Only by doing that can you win. So, do you focus on optimizing your factory to build more towers, or do you focus on finding the enemy camp? The risk is that if you focus on finding the enemy camp too early, your factory might not be optimized enough, and you won't be powerful enough to survive the waves, which get stronger pretty fast. Before I continue, I won't make a long, annoying call to action, but please consider liking and subscribing. Now, let's continue. Basically, you're constantly making choices that impact how you optimize your factory. You need to think about which towers you need and which resources go with that choice. Do you build a base tower, or do you try to get towers that are strong against shields or large groups of enemies? If you build specialized towers too soon, you might not have enough base towers, but if you wait too long, you might struggle with special units. At the same time, you need to decide if you want to expand or reveal more of the lane. It's all about making constant choices to optimize your tower setup and factory while keeping an eye on when the next attack is coming. Between games, you can unlock permanent upgrades. These range from new buildings and towers to upgrades for towers and permanent resource boosts. This is the roguelite element, where eventually you'll finish the level, and the better you optimize, the quicker you'll do it. Now, my first impression is really more than a first impression since I played the demo for about 6 hours because I genuinely love this game. I will make a more in-depth video when I get a bit further. For now, I'll say this. It gives me that just one more try feeling because I know I can do better each time. Plus, the combination of tower defense and automation works perfectly as it lets you approach the game from multiple angles. Lastly, and importantly, it's very easy to get into. That simplicity is a huge part of why this works so well. One thing though, I hope the developer adds a leaderboard with an endless mode. That would give me so many more reasons to keep playing for a long time. To summarize, Tower Factory is a unique spin on tower defense and automation with roguelite elements. If this sounds interesting to you, give it a try. If you're not convinced, you can always try the demo first. That wraps up my first video on Tower Factory. If you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.